Okay, we'll just continue. It's been 5 to 10 minutes. It's over, but still 21 participants are there. Okay, we'll just continue. In the last class, what we have done is with respect to the bandwidth of a band pass channel. Is that the band pass channel that we have seen it the last class? Baseband transmission, right? So now what I'm doing is for the same baseband transmission itself, I'm just using the different channel for transmission. I'm not using the low pass, I'm using the band pass. Band pass, I have already given you. So low pass is from high to low where it is going. So that frequency. Within that, whatever is that, everything is treated as one particular low pass filter or low pass channel. Whereas band pass channel from high to low as well as from low to high where it is going, between that you will be having band pass channel. Once you have a band pass channel, at that time you cannot send the digital signal directly over the transmission medium. You need to convert it to a analog signal and then transmit through the transmission medium. Transmission medium can be anything. It can be air, it can be a Ethernet cable, or it can be a twisted wire cable or fiber or anything it can be. So even though if it is carrying the same particular thing, but if you are having the data in your band pass channel, that is what the data that you are fulfilling it means, then you need to convert from digital to analog. How it is done? This is what the input signal is there. So this one, you will be giving it to a one particular converter or a available thing that is called as digital to analog converter. Here, based on this, the bandwidth, it will be just fixing the input analog signal bandwidth. Okay. Once it is done, it will be just saying where the peak is there at that particular point of time, your particular frequency will be more. Sorry, amplitude will be more. Frequency remains one and the same, but the amplitude will be more. So whereas with respect to your remaining all, the amplitude will be different. So depending on that, you'll be passing it through a band pass channel. So this is a band pass channel. This is having frequency F1, F2. Okay. So with respect to this, the input analog signal, whatever it has been reached at the output side, it will be reaching it the same particular manner. Once this is done, it will be just checking out. So here also one particular converter is needed because you need to convert it back to digital to analog or analog to digital. Here digital to analog converter, here analog to digital, because analog is the signal that has been fed to this particular output or the receiver side. So once it is done, so reverse of it. From the analog signal, you need to convert it to a digital. So where the frequency is high, that is where the data will be written over there. Where the frequency is constantly moving with respect to the highest peak amplitude, with respect to that, if it is low months, then that is not the data that we are looking into. All the things is nothing but we are feeding it to a zero. This is what it is available with respect to your band pass chart. Understanding it? With respect to your low pass, there is no need to convert it. Directly, you can transmit the digital signal. In that particular case, you need to have one thing in your mind: the bandwidth of the input signal should be wide enough for the low pass. Then only you can pass that particular signal as it is. Otherwise, there will be a distortion. Keep that in your head. Okay. So whereas with respect to your band pass, once you are using the band pass as a transmission medium at that particular time, you need to hook or cook. You need to convert the digital to analog and back from at the receiver end back from your analog to digital. If it is done, then only it can analyze it. Understanding it. So this is how it will be going with respect to your band pass and the low pass channel. So they have given one particular simple example. So here one particular example has been listed is your modem. Many of you may have not been using this particular device itself. Previously, whatever the router that you are using it, before that, what the signals or how the particular transmission was happening is, it was with respect to your same telephone line. From the same telephone line, you are getting the internet connection also. that you require one particular device where it will be modulated as well as demodulated. So based on that, you require that particular modem. That is what they'll be saying it, because the channel it will be having is two things. One is your voice is, once you are feeding it, means it is an analog signal, whereas you require the particular internet type of data, means it's a digital one, so you need to convert it. So for that particular conversion you require this, that you are using band pass channel, understanding it. So that's why they have given that particular example. Okay, one more example is that is nothing but your digital cellular telephone. Cellular telephone, whenever you are going to deal with it at that particular point of time, cellular is nothing but so it will be transmitting only the analog signals, whereas whatever you are talking, whatever you are saying it will be analog signal itself. So it can transmit that, but unfortunately, with respect to your particular device, it should be converted to a digital one. For that particular reason, you require analog to digital. So it also have the bandpass channel for as a transmission medium. So that's why you need to have a eye on it. Okay, so that means you need to be very familiar with low pass and band pass. Once you are transmitting the digital signal, if it is a low pass, no need to convert it. Directly you can pass. If the particular transmission medium allows only band pass channel at that particular point of time, you need to convert from analog signal. The digital signal is that means then it should be converted to analog. The analog signal only it can be transmitted through the transmission medium. That's what it says with respect to your band pass channel. So once that is done, at the other particular point, the reverse operation, that is analog to digital conversion, you need to have it. So that's how it will be happening with respect to your digital to digital signals. If you want to transmit from a into a low pass channel as well, where the transmission medium supports low pass channel, and if the transmission medium supports band pass channel. So depending on that, it will be just communicated. The next one is, I told you many of the times. So if you stand, okay, simple example, I'll give you a real time example. You'll be starting reading a particular word. How many of you read the word completely? To recognize what the meaning of that particular word, or suppose you are traveling from one city to another city, there are a lot of places, intermediate stations you will be just visiting, intermediate bus stations or railway stations, whichever, where which transportation mode you are traveling it, depending on that, you'll be just if you are in the moving speed, if your speed, if your speed is very much higher at that particular point of time, if you want to view which particular city you have been reached with, Isaac, kindly switch off the video so that there will be no effect on the transmission. Hello. Okay, we'll just continue our thing. So I was giving an example. You are moving from one particular city to another city through a particular transport medium. That is, transport medium can be bus or yeah, train or car, whichever it may be. You are you are just you are just eager to see which particular station or which particular city, intermediate city has been you are reached to. So if you just saw it outside, if your speed is very much higher, can you able to check which particular city comfortably? Can you able to read the city name? That is my question. First question. Many of the time when you are traveling it. As per my knowledge, we will be not reading the complete word. We'll be just reading several characters, one, two, three, or first three characters or last three characters, whichever is very much visible for our human eye. So that one will just capture it. Depending on that, we'll just start judging. So we call it as judgmental people. So human beings have this tendency. They will not be reading the entire particular word. So just see few words. Okay. Today I just sent a message. 4th B students, you have a special class at so and so time. You have a class. No special has been included. or you might have read that particular thing as only class is that no special has been you have not included that particular thing. 12:30 regular class is there, why this fellow has been, so today is a holiday, so why he is calling it. So it may be in that particular fashion. So you might have not read that particular special itself. That case will be valid. Most of the time we'll not read the entire statement. We'll just try to analyze based on the few words whatever our particular eyes can capture. So this is what the thing that it will be happening with respect to your transmitting any particular data also. So for that we require transmission impairment. Impairment can happen with respect to three things. One is attenuation. Attenuation is loss of energy. Once it is traveling for a certain long distance, there may be a loss of energy due to the power or due to some other particular factor, electromagnetic waves, due to that particular power generated for that particular signals to transmit, it will be very low. Based on that, it cannot be reached. So that your particular thinking starts. The next one is distortion. Some other particular fellow might have been disturbing your particular uh, signals itself. Through what? It can be through the noise. So based on these three things, your impairment works with respect to it. Attenuation is nothing but, say, you're standing in the first floor and or third floor, I'll say. You are standing in an apartment, you're standing in the third floor. So the apartment contains 10 floors, if I say it. Third floor, you came out of the balcony in the third floor and you are shouting. And the person standing downstairs, that is in the ground floor. So for him or for that particular fellow, you are saying something. Almost all the words, whatever you said, may not be heard by that particular fellow due to the distance. So what is the thing that you need to do? You need to attenuate that. Attenuate in the sense, you need to just attach one more particular signal so that, or one more particular intermediate station so that it can be reached to that particular destination with a far most easier one. Best example is use a mic and speaker, talk with respect to that particular mic, holding the mic, you just start talking it, everybody will listen. This is how we can just go with it. Another example I'll give you. So if I have a large one particular auditorium where 1,000 people can be able to uh, listen to a lecturing. So 1,000 people at a time can be accommodated. That's what it says. Okay. So you are starting to give your lecturing. You're standing at the podium and you're giving your lecturing, but unfortunately your thousandth people who was sitting at the thousandth place, maybe at the left right corner or right top corner, wherever that particular person will be sitting, may not be audible. So that will be using the microphone. That's what we are doing. So that is the best example that I can give you with respect to your attenuation. We'll attenuate that. How we'll be doing it? We use some amplifier. Very simple example is your dish antenna TV. So all of you nowadays, you are having an antenna just in your house itself, right? In your house means above in the terrace, they will be just placing that particular transmitter and receiver where that particular signals can be received. So with respect to that, it will be just no transmission, only receive. So with respect to that, you'll be just getting the particular signals, right? So there will be a one more particular box, setup box. Why that box is required? That may be due to the communication. With respect to your TV, it is a digital data. With respect to the signals, it may be an analog signal. So that conversion, you need to require it. You need to have it. And intermediate, suppose you are having a particular separate setup box, okay. If you are getting it from a particular person like a cable or something else, then there will be a problem. So with respect to that, here and there, they will be just putting some amplifiers so that whatever the signals that you are getting it, you'll be getting it to the larger extent with respect to the same particular output. Otherwise, some noise will come into picture. Just to avoid it, just to get that particular thing to be avoided, we will be attenuating it. How to attenuate it? Best thing is you need to use an amplifier. The next one is distortion. We'll just see one by one, one after the other. So this is how impairment causes attenuation, distortion, and noise. Due to this, your impairment happens. So this is your attenuation, loss of energy. That's what your virginal signal is, something like this. So voice, I'll just take it. This voice is nothing but your normal human voice, whatever we are just uh, speaking. So with respect to that, so it can be transmitted to an extent. Once it reaches to this destination, after this, I may not be audible to your particular voice. So for that, what I require an amplifier. This amplifier, this is nothing but looking into this particular amplifier, I'm using an op-amp, nothing else. Understanding it? So with respect to this, I'm just trying to push that particular value to the larger segments. Now, zero point 0.3 can easily get that particular original signal, whatever is there. So this is amplified. Understanding it? It is attenuation is nothing but giving some extra power, push it to a larger extent. That's it. See, what happens is somebody is keep on talking. If the particular hall size is somewhere around 1,000 people capacity, the last particular row may not be audible with respect to whatever the person is seeing. Sorry, whatever the person is talking. So they may not listen to that particular fellow's talk itself. So how to get that particular thing done, how to achieve it? So add one more particular energy channel. That energy channel is nothing but amplifier. Combine that with respect to whatever the channel, whatever the signal that you are transmitting, you just transmit it. It will be transmitted to some more larger extent. That means 2 more points it may reach. That's what the intention is. So based on that particular thing, our amplifier will be designed to. So based on this, the loss of energy, whatever we are getting it, that can be made as gain of the energy. Understanding it? Just to calculate that, we require this particular amplifier. Next point. How this particular amplifier is, attenuation is calculated. Attenuation measures the relative strength of two signals. That's what it will be just uh, measuring the strength of two signals or 2 points, two endpoints is that between those two endpoints, what will be the relative strength of the signal? That's what it will be just pointing it. So how it will be transmitted? It will be given with respect to your power that we are sending it. Power at the receiver, power at the sender. So it will be measured in terms of decibels. dB is nothing but in terms of decibels. So with respect to this, it will be in the logarithmic format of P2 divided by P1 with respect to base 10. 10 times of this particular thing will give you the attenuation of it. That means it will be transmitted to 10 times. That's what it says. So with respect to your power at the receiver, power at the sender, based on that, it will be just combining the ratio. Based on that, it will be applying some logarithmic apply. So then it will be just giving you the answer for it. So this is with respect to your decibel attenuation with respect to the power is considered. The next one is with respect to voltage, because nobody is interested in power generation. With respect to the voltage, we'll be talking it. So power is obviously it will be directly proportional to voltage square. Understanding it. So this is we know it from your particular right hand thumb rule will be there, right? So based on that particular thing, we have just already decided this. So power will always be directly proportional to V2 square. This we know. So based on this, if I apply to this particular formula, then it will be 20 logarithmic of V2, that is voltage at the receiver end divided by voltage at the sender end to the base 10. Why it is 20? V square is there, right? So based on that particular thing, you will be just getting this answer as 20 times of logarithmic of V2 by V1 to the base 10. So this is with respect to your attenuation. Voltage is given, then also you can calculate the attenuation. If the particular power is given, then also you can just calculate the attenuation. So based on those two particular terms, we'll be just calculating it. Suppose a signal travels through a transmission medium and its power is reduced to 1/2. That means a particular signal is traveling through a transmission medium and its power is reduced to 1/2. If the P1 is that, P1 divided by 2. That's what it will be meaning. So this means that P2 is P1 by 1.5 to of P1. So in this case, the attenuation, the loss of power can be calculated as. So they have given that P2 will be equal to 1.5 times of P1. So uh, you just try to put this particular value inside the formula. What is the formula? How to calculate the attenuation? Loss of power, decibel, which will be equal to 10 times of logarithmic of power is given. So P2 by P1 divided to the base 10. So P2 is given as 0.5 P1. So 0.5 into P1 divided by P1, P1 get cancels. 10 logarithmic of 0.5 divided to the base 10. So here there will be an answer like logarithmic of 0.5 to the base 10, whatever is that, multiplied by 10 will give you the answer as minus 3 decibels. What is this minus 3 decibels now? Minus 3 decibels is nothing but loss of power. There is nothing like negative means you cannot achieve it. You can achieve it. But what is saying is plus always suggests that it is a gain of power or gain of something, whether it's a current, voltage, or power, whatever it may be. Whereas with respect to your negative value, it is indicating that it is loss. So somebody may say, okay, a very simple example I'll give you. You might have observed this particular example with respect to your peak to peak voltage measuring with respect to your electronic circuit uh, exercise problems or your lab exercises. So with respect to that, your peak voltage will always be rising from, or it will always be having the range from minus 12 to plus 12. What is the meaning of minus symbol over there? Can you have a voltage of minus values? First point. Second point is that is peak to peak. That is whatever you are saying is plus 12 to minus 12 volts or plus 5 to minus 5 volts. There is nothing like 0 to 5 volts, 0 to 12 volts. Nobody will say that. Why it is so? See here, plus always represents it as gain. Minus always represents it as loss in that particular power or voltage or with respect to the current. Your gain and loss will be decided with respect to the symbol that you are putting it. So that's all with respect to this particular example. See here, minus 3V is equivalent to 1/2 the power that you are losing it, right? So with respect to that, the attenuation will be 3 decibels. 3 minus 3 is losing that particular power. What is the thing that you need to have it? Similarly, a signal travels through an amplifier. Amplifier means you are attenuating. So you have that particular thing. And its power is increased 10 times. That means P2 will be equal to 10 times of P1, whatever is coming. So in this case, the amplification or the gain of the power, you are gaining it because 10 times you are increasing that particular. You're not reducing it. You are increasing that particular thing 10 times. It can be calculated as decibel 10 to the 10 logarithmic of P2 by P1 to the base 10. So 10 P1 divided by P1, P1 get cancels. 10 logarithmic of 10 to the base 10 is nothing but 1 itself. So with respect to that particular theorem, so 10 will be the decibel that you will be getting it with respect to your power attenuation. Okay, so 3B means power decrease by half, increase by double. So whereas 10B means 10 times increase or decrease in the power. See, one more particular example has been given. So 0.1, here one signal is transmitted. When it reaches to 0.2, it will be the loss. That is exactly half, whatever we have just seen with respect to our particular previous example. That's what we have just got it, minus 3 decibel. Whereas from this 0.2, I have connected to an amplifier. So when it reaches to your 0.3, it is 7 times of whatever you are getting it. Understanding it? So 7 decibels between your 0.2 to 0.3. Why? Because of this amplification, you are increasing that particular thing. So out of 10 decibels, if you are saying it means, then minus 3 if it is losing means, then remaining 7 decibels will be there with respect to your 0.2 to 0.3. Whereas 0.3 to 0.4, once again, I'll be getting a reduction because of the loss of energy. Understanding it? So this will happen. Now, what will be the power attenuation that will be taken care with respect to 0.1 to 0.4? Everything is in decibels. If you add all these three quantities, you'll get the exact value. What will be there with respect? What is the strength that it is having with respect to? Yeah, there is a loss between your 0.1 to 0.2. There is a loss. 0.3 to 0.4. There is a loss. Whereas 0.2 to 0.3, there is a gain. Why gain? Because of this amplifier. If the amplifier is not there, then once again we will be losing the particular thing itself. 7 decibels minus 3 minus 3. It will be nothing but plus 1 decibel. So we will be gaining 1 decibel of energy with respect to this particular type of setup, whatever we are seeing it. Understanding it. The next one, sometimes the decibel is used to measure the signal power. Decibel, whatever we are calculating, no attenuation, that will be used for measuring the signal power. That is the power strength, whatever is that in milliwatts. In this case, it is preferred to as dBm. dBm is nothing but decibel in milliwatts and is calculated as, they have given the formula, dBm is equal to 10 times of logarithmic of Pm to the base 10. Pm represents P2 by P1. That ratio is there, right? So that is nothing but Pm. Pm is nothing but the power in milliwatts. That is what it is given. So represent the power in milliwatts of a signal with minus 30 decibel milliwatts. Minus 30 decibel milliwatts has been given, means it is nothing but Pm has been given. So with respect to that Pm, we need to calculate the power in the signal. How to calculate the power in the signal? So with respect to decimal, so sorry, my dBm has been given, means minus 30 has been given. Minus 30 is equal to 10 logarithmic of Pm to the base 10. So Pm need to be calculated. That is anti-log you need to apply. So this is minus 3 it becomes, because 0 0 get cancels with respect to this. So Pm is equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 milliwatts. Milli is what we will be having it. So this is how it will be just checking with respect to this particular example. So any doubt with respect to attenuation calculation? Attenuation is nothing but loss or gain. That is what it will be just checking it. If you put an amplifier, it will be gain. If you don't put an amplifier, it purely depends. Whether it is a loss or gain, depending on that particular decibel value, will be just deciding it. So how the decibel value will be calculated? It will be calculated using the formula 10 times of logarithmic with respect to power dissipated at the receiver divided by power dissipated at the sender. Between those two points, we'll be just calculating it, because it is a relative power that has been or relative difference between the signal that you will be getting at the starting and the ending point. That's what it says with respect to your decibel calculation or attenuation calculation. Any doubt? Tasmia, check out with respect to the audio input, the microphone input that you have. If rest of you are also facing the same problem. Hello? Am I audible to all of you? Okay, I'll just explain this particular problem once again. Sometimes what you will be doing is you'll be just having the decibel, whatever you're calculating, no attenuation that you'll be calculating, no, that attenuation is used to measure the signal power in milliwatts. Once it is done, in this case, we will be referring it to dBm. dBm refers to decibel in milliwatts. So with respect to this, whatever the value that you are giving it, depending on that, you can calculate the power signal at the that particular position. How it is represented, that has been given with respect to the formula. dBm is equal to 10 times of logarithmic of Pm to the base 10. This Pm is nothing but the power in milliwatts with respect to that particular station, whatever you are referring to. So represent the power in milliwatts of a signal with attenuation as minus 30 decibel milliwatt means, then decibel milliwatt will be equal to 10 logarithmic of Pm to the base 10. I need to calculate this particular power in milliwatts. I need to calculate. So I have given the we have this particular decibel in milliwatt, that is attenuation. Whether it is positive means gain, negative means we are losing. We are losing 30 particular amount of data from this particular area. So it will be calculated in terms of milliwatts itself. It has been lost. That is what they have given it. So based on this, if you apply this particular form in this particular formula, then 10 logarithmic of Pm to the base 10 is equal to minus 30. So it will be further, if we just go with it, logarithmic of Pm to the base 10 will be equal to minus 30 divided by 10. Very simple calculation. I'm transferring this 10 to this particular denominator. So minus 30 by 10, it will be nothing but minus 3. So PM, if we are applying logarithmic to anti-log then it will be very simple. Whatever the base is that to the 10 to the power of minus 3, if you just put it, then it will be becoming your answer for your PM. This is what I was just explaining you in the previous time. Any doubt with respect to this class? I'll just stop here. I'll not continue anymore. So next, we'll just see one more particular class in between your regular class session itself. Okay. Is there any doubt? Today we have seen with respect to your baseband channel, with respect to the baseband channel, if you want to transmit a digital signal, it cannot be transmitted directly. You need to convert that particular thing to a analog signal, then only you need to transmit it. That is a one disadvantage that we are having with respect to using the baseband channel. Whereas if we use low pass channel, then no problem, you can transmit it directly. That's what we have seen it. Next one is we'll be facing a lot of problems with respect to communicating from one end to another end due to so many particular things. So that particular problems is nothing but your impairments. Whenever the transmission occurs, transmission impairments will be coming into picture. That will be occurred with respect to three things. One is attenuation, another one is distortion, last one is noise. Noise, we all know it. So once we all start talking with each other, then that will be the noise. Understanding it. So that is what we'll be using it, we'll be calling it with respect to the noise. Whereas distortion, we'll see it in the next class probably. So other one is with respect to your attenuation. Attenuation is nothing but loss of power. So that loss of power, if you want to gain it, means use an amplifier. Using an amplifier will be always gaining it. It will be increasing. Understanding it. So this is what we have seen it in our entire particular class. Next class, we'll just see some more particular impairment situation. We'll just try to wind up this particular module itself. Okay. So we'll just check out in the next class, if possible. We'll just try to cover the entire particular topic. Okay. With this, I'll just take leave. Okay. Thank you for your patience listening. We'll just meet on tomorrow's class. And tomorrow, we'll just try to explore some more things.